Hi, my name is Robert Shelley with Shelley Law, and my law firm assists physicians with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues. Today I'm going to talk about how much is physician malpractice insurance. So this is a complicated question with a variety of factors, but I'm going to get into those right now. So as far as the cost of malpractice insurance, it's based upon a number of factors. One is where you are geographically. The second is what specialty you practice in. Third, how long have you been practicing? And then fourth would be what your claims history is. And so let's kind of get into each one of those factors. First, geographically, where you are located as far as the state goes, it could be either more or less expensive based upon the medical malpractice caps on damages in the state that you're in, if they have them at all. Some of the states that are more physician friendly, let's just take Texas for instance, which is, they limit the amount that someone can recover. I'm not going to get into the particularities of it, but there is a cap. And so when there is, then that kind of decreases the malpractice costs, whereas other states, there may be none. Therefore, the malpractice insurance might be a little bit higher. Okay, so that's geography. Second, specialty. This is the biggest factor that determines how much a physician professional liability insurance cost is. It can vary widely amongst specialties. So the lowest specialties are probably family practice and peds, where you're looking at probably $6,000 to $7,000 a year, whereas higher, like surgical specialties, neurosurgery, cardiovascular surgery, and then the highest would be, OBGYNs. That could be, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. It really just depends upon, those other factors. So that's the second factor, your specialty. Third, how long you've been practicing. Obviously, the longer you've been practicing, the more patients you've seen. It may be more expensive for you. If you're just out of training, it will be lower. And then the fourth factor is claims history, meaning have you ever had a claim filed against you and then ultimately either settled or perhaps you lost at trial? The carrier will take that into effect as well. If you've been in practice for 25 years, if you haven't had a single claim, that certainly will keep your annual premium costs lower. All right, so those are the four factors that go into how much it costs. Now, let's talk about what type of policy you'll get and then how that can affect the cost as well. So most physicians have either a claims made or occurrence-based policy. An occurrence-based policy simply means a policy has to be in effect when the incident occurs. Therefore, tail insurance is not necessary. If you have a claims-made policy, tail insurance is necessary because a policy has to be in effect when the claim is made. And it's possible that you could leave an employer and then most states it's a 2-year statute of limitations on a malpractice claim. So maybe someone sues you 18 months after you leave the employer. Well, you need another policy. It's called tail insurance that covers that gap in between when you leave and then the last day somebody can sue you. And that is an expense as well. Tail insurance costs about twice what your annual premium is. So let's just take a family practice physician who has a $6,000 annual premium. Then their tail cost would be around $12,000. That's a one-time payment. You don't have to pay it monthly, but it's still something that you need to take into account. And then an occurrence-based policy is usually about a third more expensive per year than claims made. However, the benefit of an occurrence-based policy is you don't have to purchase tail insurance. So honestly, most of the time it's not up to the physician what type of policy they get. Maybe if you're an independent contractor, it would be up to you, and I would suggest an occurrence-based policy is probably the way to go, just so you don't have to worry about tail. But most of the time, if you're like an employed physician, it's not your choice of what type of policy you get. Now, you could always ask the employer, but it would be up to them. So that's how much it costs, and those are the factors that go into it. It can really vary greatly, but the specialty you're in, where you're practicing, your claims history, how long you've been practicing, and then what type of policy it is, all of those factors can go into how much it costs for a physician. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description. You can reach us through our website listed below as well. And I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.